Thank you for coming to my show. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm going to do the intro. I'm here with Parenthood actress Lauren Graham and newly minted author.
Yeah, I should have brought you a book. What kind of author am I? Here, insert later.
Someday, maybe. It's out in bookstores and Amazon websites nationwide. How did this come about?
For years and years on Gilmore Girls, I wished I had an easier schedule. It was very difficult shooting schedule. Then I got an easier schedule on Parenthood, and I missed having something to do every day. And I needed a creative project that I could be in charge of. People had come to me over the years and said, oh, you know, would you like to do like a memoir or, you know, sort of witty essays or like advice to teen girls or something? And I was like, I'm not equipped to do any of that. Like, I didn't want to write about myself, but I could imagine fictionalizing that. And so this sort of first 100 pages flowed like butter. Butter doesn't flow. And then I sold it, and then it immediately became like a really difficult assignment because suddenly it had a deadline.
So it's about an actress. It's set in the 90s. Obviously, something you experienced yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it's me, but it really isn't. It's sort of like the process of creating a role. You start with yourself, and then it's way more fun to think about the what ifs than what actually happened or didn't. And also, I got to play all the parts. So there's me in the main character, but there's me in the crusty old agent, and that was really fun to sort of imagine all the voices, not just one. I'm definitely not writing about any relationship in particular, or any friendship in particular, or I in fact went out of my way to make sure I wasn't, because it's just, I wasn't trying to do some thinly veiled, you know, story of my life.
Am I in it?
So they've asked me to write a second book, and that book isn't a sequel per se, but it's sort of, you don't have to have read the first one, but it is also a companion piece. That will take place in LA, and you'll definitely be in that one.
Excellent. Do you think about doing something autobiographical?
I don't know, I have always been uncomfortable talking about myself. I mean, that's been the least fun part of show business to me, is being asked about relationships or, you know, my childhood. I think I have to be a much older lady to start reminiscing about my old Broadway stories. But this is really fun. I am interested in writing about my understanding or my experience of show business, but in a way from a long time ago. Like, it's not the glitzy glamorous part, it's the baffling feeling like you're on the outside of something other people understand. You know, it's sort of the little building blocks, because I think that kind of coming of age and learning, you know, who you are and what career path you're on is kind of hopefully universal. It's not just unique to show business.
The other big news in your life.
Which other big news?
I'm about to get to that.
Oh.
Parenthood renewed.
I know.
For 22 episodes.
Finally. I'm sure it has to do with money, of why we have had these shorter seasons. So I'm not sure what those decisions were based on, and I'm not sure what this one is. I think our show can handle 22 and possibly could have used a few more this year to tell some of the giant stories that we're getting told. So I think it's great. And in 22 episodes, I'm pretty sure Sarah Braverman can stop sleeping on the pull-out bed, don't you think? There could be a whole episode of her getting an actual bed.
And also 22 episodes should let her get her personal life in order.
Oh my God.
Finally.
I mean.
Well, and you have one of your boyfriends is on a new show, Jason Ritter. Ray Romano, I don't know if he's coming back.
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't know.
What has Jason Katims told you? Because I know you guys had a conversation.
I haven't spoken to him since this pickup for 22.
Let's get him on the phone now.
Okay.
Jason?
And when we ended last season, everything was up in the air and kind of still is. I mean, I feel like that Ritter pilot will get picked up. I don't know why, I just do, with the two of them. Part of the issue with my character is I'm the one who doesn't have a nuclear family, so it's hard to tell family stories. My kids are the only ones who are grown up, so it's hard to tell little kid stories. And so it has ended up being a little bit dependent on what date guest star we have, which is, I wish there was more, you know, kind of in the infrastructure of the show, but he's found a way to do it every year. So yeah, it is a little bit up in the air, I guess.
I think Ray Romano. I think that's the relationship that works, and that's the future.
I just don't know if that's the actor who we have under contract.
Also, you've got the Gilmore Girls movie coming up.
Of course.
Now that the Kickstarter funds have been raised.
We're just missing one thing, and that's the script.
Isn't it funny? Just as that talk of the movie died down, the Veronica Mars thing came up, and just like that.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation went right to Gilmore Girls.
Similarly, there is a fan base that is as enthusiastic as they ever were. And I think to see that kind of fan power happen so well and so quickly was empowering to people who are out there wishing they had whatever it is. I think it's so interesting to see how that will change movie making, or if it will. I don't know, because then even Zach Braff did a sort of similar thing too successfully. So we'll see. Is
there anything about that story or that show that you personally would like to revisit?
That was an auteur piece, I believe. I mean, that really was something that came from the heart and the mind of the show's creator. Not that the last season didn't have its merits, but it wasn't the show she had started. And so the fantasy would be to finish it the way she would have finished it. And she teased to all of us many times that she had the lines,
the final
that
3
it would,
words, which I'm still trying to get out of her.
I know.
She won't give it to me, which makes me think that she still does have plans.
Oh, that's interesting.
She said that when it does, she will give it to me, no one else, when the time comes. But the time hasn't come, which makes me think.
I feel like you're our personal.
Yes.
Everything.
Everything.
You know what I mean?
Everything.
And like when you interview other people or I see your name somewhere, I feel it's wrong. It's that you were our Gilmore Girls guy.
Well, you're on Twitter now, so you can correct these people. You're like, no, this is Ausiello's turf.
Yeah, exactly.
Back off.
I will, and I will.
Real quick before you go, you shot a movie with Joel McHale.
Yes.
And a million other A-listers.
Robin Williams, Candice Bergen, Wendy McClendon-Covey. It was like a great mashup of classic, wonderful talent and awesome comics, and Joel McHale and Tim Heidecker and Clark Duke. I laughed so hard. It was so much fun.
It's called Merry Friggin Christmas?
Unfortunately titled A Friggin Christmas Miracle. Like Snakes on a Plane, it's the title that at first you go, oh, that's a horrible title, and then you can't think of anything else to call it. and it might actually be perfect.
Does it have anything else in common with Snakes on a Plane?
No, it doesn't have anything else in common with Snakes on a Plane, except a title that makes you go, ooh, oh. Well, maybe. We just had so much fun, and shooting in, because naturally when you think of Christmas, you think of springtime in Atlanta.
Yes.
That's where we shot it.
Yes.
Had a great time. The people were nice. It was so fun. I enjoyed being Mrs. Joel McHale, just temporarily.
Hi, I'm Allison Brie.
And I'm Joel McHale.
And subscribe to ENT TV.
It's just ENTV for all your entertainment news.
No, it's EENTV.
It's just ENTV, so whatever.
It's ENENTEVE. Unless it conflicts with anything, channel or company we work for. I'm Allison Brie.
Signing off.